Let's see. What do you / we think about worn / ripped / made to look used clothes? Why won't we do long lasting clothes like military clothes? Okay, so I don't mind, a stylistic thing, like a stylistic consideration by a brand, like, things being ripped or deliberately distressed or whatever. I just like range. So I think we can do all of it at once. I think we can do the, worn, made to look used clothing, and then we can also do the military clothing, and we can do the pristine tailoring. I think all of those can exist simultaneously. And I quite think that all of them do exist right now simultaneously. So I do think that, a lot of people wear worn clothes, a lot of people wear the whole ripped, made to look used clothing. But at the end of the day, if that's not what you want to wear, there's so many other options, if you know what I mean. So I think it just depends where you look and what brands we are talking about. Do you think it's unusual for someone deeply into fashion to have no interest in the influencer or celebrity side of it? I find that it doesn't appeal to me at all. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, to be honest. I think that, I think I'd say for most of my time being into fashion, I could care less about what celebrities wear. I really could care less. Like, what's my business with what celebrities wear? But as I've grown as a journalist in fashion, the reason why I'm more interested in the celebrity side of it is not because I care about celebrities. It's more to do with, I feel like as a fashion journalist, you kind of need to know what celebrities wear, because what they wear is so influential that it could cause a trend, and it could cause other people to start wearing different things. It could lead to like different things. So just being a fashion journalist, you kind of have to know how what is being worn on the red carpet can start to influence daily life, or, fashion trends that happen in the future. So with time, I started to realize, even though it's not my strong point and I'm not the most passionate about celebrity fashion and really care about what celebrities do, you have to kind of know about it in like your progress of learning about fashion. And then also it's the point of, how many times do we get to see these haute couture pieces and these runway pieces in person? Probably never. The only people that have access to these things are the celebrities that wear it on the red carpet, but also really, really rich people that I don't have access to day to day. So I don't see them. I don't see what they wear. So that's kind of the interesting through line with it. But I think it's completely okay and fine to not care about like the influencer or celebrity side of it. I always say that, learn about fashion at your own pace and find what interests you personally. And, that should be what you're mainly interested in. You shouldn't be too focused about things that don't personally interest you, in my opinion. Style versus fashion. Is this a question or a statement? Biking New Jersey. I'll take it as a question, but style, to me, style is individual. Style is something that's personal to you. Style is how you like to present yourself to the world. Style is how you transform your emotions into how you want to look in society. Whereas fashion, to me, when I think of the word fashion, I think of more the industry, like trends, business, commerce. That's what I think about when I think of fashion. So if you're asking me the difference between style and fashion, that's what I would say. What are your favorite fashion critics or writings? So I actually have a video about this. I think it's called 5 Fashion Journalists You Need to Know. So check it out if you can. That being said, I'll mention a few of my favorite fashion journalists right now. So there's Rachel Tastian. Rachel Tastian is, she writes for the Washington Post right now. Amazing, amazing writer. She kind of has this witty sense of humor through her writing that I absolutely love. I think it's hilarious. I think she is hilarious. And she's so intelligent, so intelligent, amazing fashion mind, been covering fashion for such a long time. So yeah, Rachel Tastian is someone like that I'm a big fan of. Obviously, big names like, Tim Blanks, Kathy Horin, Vanessa Friedman. I don't necessarily agree with everything they say, but they've been covering fashion since before I was born, a lot of them. So they know shit, like they know what they're talking about. So at the end of the day, they always have something, they always add value when you read their writing. There's always something to learn when you read stuff that they write. So I enjoy that a lot. I'm trying to think of which other journalists do I like. I like Alexander Fury. I think Alexander Fury is also another really strong fashion mind. I do think that he has way too much of a John Galliano bias sometimes. And it can be hard to read his writing when he talks about John Galliano. It feels like I'm reading a cheerleader writing about John Galliano. But outside of that, like super intelligent guy, super knowledgeable, crazy fashion mind, amazing writer. So Alexander Fury, I definitely put on that list. There's a journalist that writes a Vogue Business called Ezreen. I'm a big fan of Ezreen. Ezreen normally covers like African fashion and what's going on in Africa, which I really like because it's kind of a very kind of underutilized niche, and not many writers, you know, exist in that niche. So I really, really enjoy that. So Ezreen is also someone that I'm a big fan of. Definitely check out her writing. So yeah, those are people that immediately come to mind. But there are so many others. Like, I just have to think a lot more about who else I really like. This YouTube channel runs on your support. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon. You'll gain access to exclusive content that includes everything from my Patreon podcast, where I give a behind-the-scenes insight into the fashion industry, as well as a fashion book club, where I review my favorite fashion books. You can also check out my fashion ebook, which highlights the best fashion journalists to follow, definitions of common fashion terminology, and how to determine what a good source of fashion information is. The links to everything are in the description below.